So last week I was in Del Rio. I was in Eagle Pass, and went down to see our North Dakota Guardsmen. We have 125 Guardsmen down there, also in Uvalde. And they're the eyes and ears of the Border Patrol. So I was down there to support them and, again, call attention to the crisis that is going on at the border. Now, it's interesting. Last year I was down there with Cornyn and Cruz. We had 16 senators, and we were just to the east in the Rio Grande sector. Del Rio sector is immediately to the west. The Rio Grande sector has been the busiest sector. Now remember, 220,000 illegal encounters by Border Patrol just in the last month, in March. Okay, 1.7 million last year, and that doesn't even count the gotaways. Okay, and what's going on is, at the time we were there, the Rio Grande sector was the busiest. Now that's becoming the Del Rio sector because they're migrating over there because they have many fewer Border Patrol officers in the Del Rio sector. So they move where there's the least resistance. Senator Portman, myself, we were in Mexico last year. We were in Central America. We were in South America. It's a demand pull situation because in Mexico and Central America and South America, they know if they come, they're getting in. So they're coming. And interestingly, last year when we were in the Rio Grande sector, they said people were coming from 50 different countries. 50 different countries last year. This year, just last week when I was in Del Rio, they said 100 different countries. So Customs and Border Protection gave us a briefing, and they said that's gone from 50 different countries, people illegally crossing the southern border, now from 100 different countries. Think about that. Yeah, the numbers are staggering. And remember, when you get those numbers from Homeland Security, and they talk about 220,000 encounters with people crossing the border illegally in the month of March, that doesn't count the gotaways, which can be maybe 40% more. And those are the folks that don't want to be encountered. Why? Because they have criminal records, they have drugs, they're human trafficking. That's what's going on. And if the administration lifts Public Order 42, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. When I was down there, we had two guardsmen from the North Dakota National Guard, Specialist Alvarado, Specialist Clem, who had just saved 5 migrants who were trying to cross at Del Rio. They were out there, and the river's high, the current is strong. There were 5 migrants that probably would have drowned. They went out and they got them, and they saved them at great risk to themselves. And we know what that risk is because we saw what happened to a Texas National Guardsman here just this week. He drowned out there trying to save migrants crossing illegally who were trafficking drugs. That's a tragedy. That's a tragedy. Why is this administration not stopping that? Why is this administration not stopping that? And we know it can be done. The last administration, the Trump administration, did it. You enforce you keep Public Health Order 42 in place. You enforce the Third Safe Country Protocol and the Remain in Mexico Protocol, and you build the border wall. And we can secure that border. Congress needs to push for it. The courts need to push for it, and the public needs to push for it. We need to get the Biden administration to enforce the law and secure the border.